Welcome back, y'all. I think Cynthia Weaver might have a problem. More gun ammo, that's good. Oh shit. Okay, you know what? Flare gun time. Wonder what kind of building this was. Like, it's in a really precarious spot, but because like it drops down to like a pretty steep face right over here. Government building or maybe storage building of some kind, but for what? Medical place? Sanitarium? Who knows? I always wondered though.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. We don't have a wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? They get him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Ah! Ah!
I guess you could say he got scratched out. that that jump. Such a cool shot. Alan, sleep. I'm totally gonna get hit by copyright.
Previously on
I'm gonna
Alan
skip
Wake,
that.
I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lied.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Pet
Quite
gorilla.
right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Speaking of control,
This way,
if
Alan.
memory serves, Mr. Hartman pops up in Control for a very brief amount of time. I should really play through Control again. It's been way longer, like a good couple of years since I
Now,
booted up
Alan,
Control.
from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
So, in theory, if I just like shoved Hartman over the edge, do you think anybody would notice? Just like a nice gentle shove over the railing here. Maybe a little extra to get him over that little edge.
Of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
It is a nice view.
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into the
by
palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. we're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video games. It's trash, of course, but it does involve some small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
I love how like all these people are like genuinely being made
You might
worse
have
by this
noticed the
man.
typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it,
Like
you
he's
should
just
continue.
absolutely exploiting these people. Welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative process. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored to you. Engagement therapy, trademarked, and its sister method, the flow, trademarked, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. Yeah, that's not sus at all, is it? Ah, yes. Friends.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And
Are they playing a
these
Night
two
Springs
are
game?
the
Yes, they are.
Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's
I love
not
these two.
crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're alright, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's gotta go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
I love these men.
Got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens. What were
Memory
they?
and thought.
Memory and thought.
Jet black and coal.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
The poet and the muse.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Fair.
So
I love these men.
tired. Built the farm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
That Bob Balder threw the amp through the window, hit that a hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
I'm tired, man.
But like Old Gods of Asgard is like actually really good, and if you haven't listened to their music, you should. Like Poets of the Fall in general is phenomenal, but like Old Gods is good too. Different, a little bit different.
Gotcha. Doc's got me looking at the wake here, but holler if you get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true. Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Night Springs.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing. The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
It's
Manuscript
my
page.
store. I'm taking it.
Well, I can roll you too.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages.
She is
That's
like
where he'd been keeping them.
out cold. Goddamn.
Face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Is he just locked it? Is he hiding in the room?
And beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Birch. We were on the road, man. You think we haven't seen punks like you before?
These two are ridiculous. Anything of value in here?
Markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Like, on a serious note, on a serious note, let me just check the recording time here. On a serious note, this bit hits really close to home. The way she's discussing Alan, the way that she feels about him, the way that she perceives him on a surface level, and the way that she perceives him under the surface, right? So there's the Alan that she's visibly seeing, and then there's the darker part within him that keeps welling and bubbling and boiling over. So, like, I've never, really hit it. I have, like, dealt with a lot of mental stuff, still do. A lot of depression and anxiety. The anxiety is crippling. Sometimes it's bad, right? It's tough. And as somebody who writes, and as someone who is working, who is, like, slaving myself to my own manuscript, and is, like, flipping wildly between writing, doing nothing but writing constantly, no eating, no drinking, just going, just essentially just like immersing myself in this world that I'm building and not taking a break for anything, versus the times where I can't even be bothered to put a single word down, and how those two things interact and play off of each other. And those things with the underlying other things that I deal with, and how that all just kind of blows up and bubbles up. That whole comment of her saying, like, he's never hurt me, but I sometimes wish that he would at least try, because it's something he can't talk his way out of or run away from. I And again, I try to be very transparent with this channel just because I don't really see why I wouldn't be in that regard. You know, I feel like it's the right thing to do. I struggle with a lot of my depression and a lot of my initial drowning in that pit, metaphorically speaking, has kind of rerouted to an anger almost, and it's an anger directed at me. I'm angry at myself for being unable to do things, for being paralyzed, for being afraid, scared, for not committing to things, for delaying myself on things, for what have you, and it roots back into this really like a nasty spiraling feedback loop of I do something, I fuck up, right? Or I do it wrong, or I don't do it fast enough, or I don't do it right. And it can be something major, like looking for a job, or trying to get a deadline met for my writing, because I'm setting my own deadlines here. Or it can be something literally as small as like, and to someone who doesn't understand, this might sound ridiculous, this might sound silly, but just bear with me. So it can be something as small as like plugging my phone in, or setting a plate down, or picking something up, or like something being moved wrong, or like not being able to take my jacket off or the first initial time right. Like it's piddly, petty little things that to someone who hasn't had experience with some of this and doesn't really quite get where I'm coming from, it sounds ridiculous. Why would you be mad at something like that, right? Why would you be upset, say, when um, you're taking your shoes off and you're trying to untie them and you accidentally get them like knotted, or you're untying it and it gets like snagged, or you're trying to take something like a jacket off and you just can't get your arm out of the sleeve. It's stupid, it's small, but even something that minute can well that wave back up, can take it from 0 to 1,000, and all of a sudden it's like a gate that was sealed shut got like kicked clean open, and everything that gate was barring back is now free to flow through. It's it's like you've been holding up against this door with all your might, and you know that eventually the gate's gonna bust. The wall will eventually come crumbling down. It does every time, and every time it's bad. So you just try to prepare. You try to prepare, and you try to do your thing, and you just try to hold on. And then something small happens. Like I said, doesn't even have to be related. It doesn't even have to be related to what you're doing. It just has to be something that hits at a strong enough angle to shear the lock off that door. It can be weak, it can be big, it can be on a fundamental level unrelated in any sense of the word to what you are thinking or doing or trying to prevent, and you have just blown a hole clean through your wall. And then it just bubbles over and it rushes out and it consumes everything. Everything. So when she's talking about this, and she's pleading with Hartman about this, and explaining that there's this like other part of him, this worse, volatile, angry, bitter, miserable side of him. It's relatable in a bad way. In a bad way. It's not a good thing, but again, transparency. It's relatable. Because that happens to me. Granted, I don't drink. I don't do any sort of alcohol or drugs or anything like that. Because I don't trust myself, frankly. I don't trust myself enough with a clear mind, and it doesn't take much for me to get worse, so I would personally just rather not engage with anything that could loosen that. Again, my entire mind is built on keeping myself braced up against that door or that wall, and I don't want to hinder that. in a metaphorical sense, because it wouldn't take much. But the idea of like of having that inner fight going on all the time, of having him struggling with being an asshole, with being consumed, with being depressed, with being miserable, and isolating himself and fighting not just with other people, but that's important too, but with himself and his wife and Barry and all these people around him, and like struggling, just struggling. The idea of that is so painfully close to home. And I think that's as cheesy as this game is, and the second game is far more serious comparatively in tone. I think that's why I like this series so much. I mean, aside from the fact that it's cool and really clever and very meta, and I love that kind of stuff, it's just that focus on a broken, angry man who is at odds with himself and is causing his situations to get worse and is trying so goddamn hard to make them better and fucking up doing it every time. He's trying, he's going for his wife, he's trying to stop the people kidnapping her. But all this stems from Alan's inability to properly parse things, from his inability to handle things well, to cope with them, to go from point A to B without kicking the line he's walking on. And it's really well done, and it's buried under a lot of really zany, goofy, otherwise very stylized stuff. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's very much buried under the surface, and you kind of, it's easy to gloss over that implication of Alan as an actual person, like stripped of his running through Bright Falls, stripped of him fighting this giant darkness tornado. The actual like the subtext here, the buried metaphors and the no pun intended, I guess, darkness that is bubbling up is really well done. And it's really interesting to see it handled. That's cool. It's really, it's interesting to see because you don't really see that kind of thing in a lot of people don't really like to glance at that deeper implication. Or from what I've seen, people tend to kind of avoid engaging with it, and I get it. It's a very heavy topic. Also, note the kidnapper next to Hartman.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
It's really interesting to.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna do your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Seriously! Do you have any idea how much trouble you're in? I am famous.
Okay, this has been a bit of a long-winded pause. I'm gonna call this part here. And then I'm gonna resume it and finish this section out. Just to kind of give it a bit of a stop point, because I feel like this is a good place to stop. Yeah, so I'll call it in here.